Chalo guys, can I start?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So guys, you are working, you have basically, this is what the data you shared, correct?
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
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 sir.
yes, correct.
need to find whether the particular person will get the heart disease or not based on age, sex, CP, all these variables. Because your dependent variable is 1 or 0, you get a heart disease or not, this problem becomes a classification problem. Hence, your project is the classification project where we need to predict whether the person will get a heart disease based on
Or no.
all these variables or not. If no, if you get the future data, you need to predict and find whether you will get or not. Correct? So let's
Yes,
start.
sir.
Yes.
So this is what the project I ran it for you. Now just explain. You put it in proper thesis formats. Okay. Before running it, let me clear the output. Okay. So first what we need to do, first basically we need to import the libraries, NPy, all these libraries which require to read and manipulate the data. So
Hmm.
when we read the data using pandas, so this shape is basically given the number of rows and columns. So we have 303 people with 14 columns. And if you see the data types, we have AS6, SCP, all those health measures. And some of the continuous variables, some of the these variables. And if you see the top 10 data, data.head, if you see this X is basically, sorry, this is basically a categorical variable, but is already there in 10. We don't need to convert this. CP and this is continuous variable. FDS is also there 10. We don't need to convert. Xang is also 0, 102. Maybe slope, CA, all these variables are there. Now we'll see the describe. So describe will give the descript basic, mean, median for all the variables, descriptive summary. Then we are seeing for the missing values, is there any missing values or not? And if you seeing hardly there is no missing values, and same thing you'll see the picture also similarly. Okay. And after that, from our data, we need to see what is the percentage of has heart disease or not. For that, I am just seeing the bar diagram to see. Yeah, I think more than 160 people are, but let's see under the counts. So 165 people has heart disease and 138 people is not in heart disease. Let's see in the same thing in proportion. Around 54% people have heart disease and 45 people doesn't have any heart disease. Now let's understand the variables by using histograms. If I say histograms, we will get the histogram for all the variables where we can see the shape of the distributions. So age is slightly normal, sex is binary variable, CP is like count variable. This is also normal. These are the some of the variables distributions we can see. And we can also see the age, skewness and other things. Now the first thing is we basically need to find the box diagram to understand the outliers. So let's build the box diagram for all the variables, and from that we can get is there an outlier. So here we have outliers in this variable. So if the outliers is more than above whisker, we'll put back into 95 percentile. If it is the bottom side, we'll put in the 5th percentile. I already ran the code and I have basically run the treatment of this thing. And if you this variable has outliers, now I remove the outlier. And similarly cholesterol also I remove the outliers. And similarly all these variables I remove the outliers. That is what one step we need to do. Now in order to understand the relationship between independent and dependent variables, we used to do a lot of inferential tests. Here our dependent variable is categorical variable, heart disease or not. If our independent variable is also categorical variable, between the two categorical variables we will do the chi-square test. So that's what we are doing. Is there any relationship between the sex versus target? And this is what the chi-square test, and chi-square test is giving some kind of inference. There is a relationship actually. And similarly, we will do the FBS also. So we do observed frequency, predicted frequency, and there is no relationship basically. There is no difference because then if you see exam variables also, all categorical variables, we do the chi-square test and do the whether it's significant or not by seeing the p-value. Then when it comes to the continuous variable and categorical variable, what we do? We do the t-test because this dependent has only two groups. We do the t-test. So that's why we are seeing whether this trees VPS versus target has any significant relation or not. This is how we do the chart. And if the p-value is less than 0.05 means there is a significant relation. That's what we will do. So similarly, we will do for the cholesterol by target. Similarly, we will do by, that's how we will see the relationship between all the independent dependent variable. Now, in order to understand the relationship among the independent variables, we do the correlation thing. We do the correlation map. 1 minute. Just wait. I'll just change the code. Just wait, guys. So now what we will do, if you see the correlation, this is the correlations we will get for all the variables. Then what we need to specify the variables. So except last variable, all variables 0 to 13 variables are my independent variable, and last variable is my dependent variable. So that's what I did here. If I say x, and these are all my independent variable up to thal, and if I say y, this is what my dependent variable 1 and 0. So now that's because now these are some of the variables in the different units. We need to standard them. That's why we are doing standard transformation. We are doing scalar them. We are putting all variables in the 1 units. Otherwise, it will affect the model. If you see x, now all these original variable units will be transformed. That's how we will remove the units effect. Then this is the extra way. In order to build the model for the validation purpose, we need to split the data, train and test. That's what we are doing. We are making 80% as train data and 20% as test data. That's what it does. Now we need to build the model because of the classification model, and we know that there is no freehand algorithm for the classification model. We are running all the classification techniques as a pipeline using k-fold validation. Here k is the 10-fold validation, and we are running all the models, all the classification models: logistic, linear, discriminant, k-nearest neighborhood, decision tree, navigation, support vector missions, and random forest and boosting techniques, whatever we taught. And then we are seeing the method, all these methods, and you will get the accuracies, obviously, and accuracies. But the problem is here we applied, we built the model using all the models, all the variables. But if any model with the less variables is always the best. But what of all the models we learn, random forest is the thing which can give the variable importance. So in order to remove the variables, what we are trying to do now, we are basically running the random forest, and we are trying to find the best optimum parameter using a grid search. Then from the random forest, we shortlist the key variables and use those key variables in the logistic regression. Because random forest is a technique, even though it has very powerful technique, it cannot be interpretable. So that's why what we are doing, we are using the techniques based on their strengths. We are using random forest to find the key variables and use the logistic regression to build the model. Because logistic regression is a linear model, we can easily interpret it. That's what we are doing here. So because random forest has hyperparameters, we need to find the best parameter. That's why we have given all the parameters, and using the grid search, we are trying to find the best parameter combination. So it will take time. Once we get the best parameters, we will run the random forest with the best parameters. From that, we will take the variable importance, use those variable importance, and build the logistic regression. That's why we can eliminate some of the variables and build the model with less number of variables, which can easily implementable. I hope you understand. Adhamainda?
Yes, sir.
Very good. This is taking time because random forest is running with so many combinations that it will be run. Okay. So it run it. Now we will see what is the best parameters. Obviously, it has given best parameters 3, features is 2, entropy, criteria 2. Now with this combination, we will run the random forest. But our aim is not fill the random forest, because random forest is always give the overfitting. It has classified all the variables. But our aim on the test data, it has given 86%. That means it is the overfitting. But our aim is to find the importance. So from the random forest, if I say this, I will get the importance. So I will get the importance of all the top variables. From that, I will take the top 5-6 variables and build the model. So what I will do is basically from that I can select what is the variable CA and CP, old peg, tall, age, and cholesterol. I will only take these 5 variables, and then just this is what my data. I will only take these 5 variables, and then basically I will basically convert train and test and use this data to use the logistic regression on those 5 variables and build the model. If I am doing that, what happened with the 5 variables, I am able to build the model with 81% as a train accuracy and 80% as test variance. That means it's not overfitting, neither underfitting, and it is giving very good accuracy with the 5 variables. That means I am able to build the model with the less variables with more accuracy. Hence, I can use this model and I can use this model. Clear? So this is what your project. Adamainda. So now what I will do, I will give this output as the HTML file. So you put all these outputs in your thesis, and to write the thesis, I will go to last year students ka projects. Isme I will give one classification project. So I think email classification is one. So what I'm doing now, I am sending, what is the group, this one? Group 6, na? So this is
Yes, sir.
sample format of PDF where you need to put it. And coming to here, this art disease, na, yours is, and this is what art disease only, na? This is what your code, and this is what your input data. Now you need to use this PDF format and take outputs from this format and prepare your thesis in PDF and also do the PPT. Understand? Clear? Any doubts?
Yes, sir.
Anybody has any doubts?
No, sir.
If not, I have to go home. I have done 9 projects today, completely back to back. So Ramya asked 2 teams to join tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock without break. Just 10, okay? Back to back, okay? Ramya,
Okay, sir. We'll let her know. Yeah.
thank you. Bye.